Welcome everyone to your Mercury Retrograde in Cancer reading. Hope you guys are doing great out there. This reading will be time-stamped and sent to each and every individual sign. Okay, let's go. First two cards we have out are the Akashic Stargate and the Discovery. But before we even get into that, I want to just break this down really quick for you guys, okay? This Mercury Retrograde in Cancer is this profound cosmic intervention. Okay, it's designed to help people discover the lost parts of themselves by accessing past emotional patterns and deep soul memories. That's what's going on. Okay, so we have what? So the card that's coming out for that is Soul Aligned, Remembering Home, and Soul Family as Star Gathering. Okay, so that is the overall theme of what is going on with this Mercury Retrograde in Cancer. Okay, and of course you'll have all the other little Mercury Retrograde things that you guys already know about, which we will not be talking about because it is like everybody already knows, right? Okay, but this is about the core theme, the deep cosmic intervention. Okay, so with this Akashic Stargate sitting here, this card represents the access of infinite wisdom, past lives, and soul contracts, in which we also got for the overall Cancerian energy that's coming out for the Mercury Retrograde. Okay. During this retrograde, the collective is being pulled into the cosmic records, okay, the Akashic records of your own lives. And if you guys are interested in a personal reading for this, you can find the information in the description area. You can ask a question about that, and that'll be that. If you want a whole reading, I will put that price in the description area, okay? It's not just about rehashing regular memories, guys. These are pulling you into the past, okay? It's about understanding this higher spiritual purpose behind old wounds, ancestral patterns, and reoccurring life themes. And it could be about that ex, okay? Because it could be about love. And they could return. No doubt. Let's not escape that. That ex could return because you could be what? Holding on to some kind of karmic residue that needs to be healed, right? So a lot of times you ghost someone, they're going to come back, right? Because it's not resolved. You have the Discovery over here, which is talking about uncovering hidden truths, gaining new perspectives, and finding the clarity. Okay, paired with this Akashic Stargate, it means that the retrograde isn't meant to just stall the collective, but act as this like treasure hunt, right? People will suddenly start realizing why certain patterns keep repeating, leading to this massive kind of aha moment about your identity and your emotional triggers, okay? That's what retrogrades really are, is about bringing back that past to say, aha, this is what it is. And they're in each different sign for a purpose. The last one was in Pisces, so it was also very emotional, right? Okay. So let's get some, actually we're going to start here on the Akashic Stargate. Let's start here, guys. You have the Stargate heart opening, the heart chakra opening, unlocking, and the generosity. This is shifting the cosmic energy from the mental review into this deep emotional heart-centered healing. And then, I don't know, in the sign of Cancer, though, this means the collective must be, it's almost like you must open up your heavily hearted, emotional heart over here to heal the inner wounds, whether they're child wounds, old family wounds, whatever the wounds are. Saying open up. Because this says aligned with purpose, crossroads, no wrong path. Okay? To be able to discover what it is you need to open your heart. Let's see what we've got over here. On the discovery is honor the path. The truths uncovered during this retrograde must be met with self-compassion. Sitting next to the heart. Respect. Instead of judging yourself for your past mistakes, you as the collective is being asked to honor your survival, your growth, your journey that brought you here to begin with. Because remember, everything was there for growth. The reasons we all have pains, we all have wounds, everything was meant for us to grow. We go through these things, right? So it's saying, instead of looking at it as just a bad thing, see it as your growth and honor that path that you're on. Because a lot of us wouldn't even be on the path that we're on if it wasn't for these hurts, these pains, these bad things happening. And then that opens up the discovery of finding the gem, the diamond in the rough. So this is going to take you out of survival mode. So, I mean, this Mercury retrograde is fated. It's this like fated checkpoint. You're being asked to be pushed to open your heart and access that deeper soul history. And then, like I said, we have the star gathering over here, you know, pushing yourself. And it's also like pushing yourself to the deepest level and uncover this like vital missing piece of your emotional puzzle over here. This will help you like walk forward with this greater self-respect, honoring your path, knowing who you are, and not having to go back and forth through these karmic cycles. It will break those patterns. Okay? So it's all about breaking these patterns, my friends. Okay, so it's things like this, right? Okay, so let's get into each and everybody's signs individually. Okay, Leo. You have the Seven of Swords in reverse, Three of Wands, and clarified by the Five of Pentacles. This Mercury retrograde is this major turning point where you are mentally breaking free from old restrictions and looking towards the future. Three of Wands. You're saying, I don't have any restrictions anymore. I'm putting down all of those, you know, Seven of Swords. There's no more conflict. There's no more deceit. I don't want to have any of these feelings of feeling left out in the cold. So whatever conflicts were going on within the situation with the Seven of Swords, it's now saying, I'm putting the sword down. I'm not going to have this conflict around me anymore. And I'm breaking out of that place of conflict. And it could even be a mental prison, right? For some of you, you probably even have the Eight of Swords going with it. Okay? Because there's definitely some kind of self-imposed limitations going on. But it's also about conflict. Keeping yourself at the crossroads. Fighting with yourself as well. But you're expanding to see what's out up there on the horizons. So you're getting out of that conflict. You're getting out of that war. You're getting out of that deception with either yourself or someone else. And you're seeing your future opportunities that you couldn't even see before because you're discovering the diamond in the rough. You're discovering what it is you truly need within yourself. Something's coming back around that's saying, hey, wait. So something's popping up to test your resolve. So, yeah, I love this. So the universe is reminding you that you're not actually abandoned. You're just transforming and transitioning. And you can see now. You can see and you can honor that path because you can see exactly what your heart's desire truly is. And for some of you, you are actually seeing who you are aligned with, where your soul family is and where you belong. What the purpose is. Very beautiful. So I do feel like you're going to be tested over here, Leo. You're going to be tested with some situations that are going to be some real eye-openers. Okay, getting that aha moment that I talked about before. Okay. Okay, Virgo. You have the Magician. Ooh, I like that. To the Justice card. To the King of Cups. Well, first thing right off the bat here, guys, that caught my attention is, of course, that Magician. Because it's saying you have the innate ability to manifest. Use your tools in your toolbox to direct your own willpower, right? It's saying whoever this person is may be holding you back. So I do feel like during this Mercury retrograde, there's this intense reality check where your manifestation power is being blocked by this unfair situation, causing all of these hidden emotional resentments. It's kind of like I'm feeling bitter about this situation. Because I do feel like you're trying to create something, change something. You're trying hard to master your own reality over here. You're trying to change this situation. But there's somebody being very unfair, dishonest. It could be some kind of legal setback with the Justice. So there's some kind of old injustice or a situation where you're treated unfairly and it's resurfacing. So this person, this could be definitely an ex coming back where you thought that you got through this situation and here they come again moving forward where they're blocking your manifestation. It could be that you have divorced this person, maybe you have children, maybe they're not doing their job, they're being very unfair about the situation and it's causing this bitterness within you. Whatever the situation is for you, it's causing a bad taste in your mouth for sure. Okay? And it's just like, why? Why do you have to come back? Why does this situation have to come back again? So it does feel like you could be repressing some of the feelings, kind of like, right? Holding your tongue to this situation. But it just feels like it's kind of out of control. But it also makes you feel like you don't have control of this situation. So it's pretty much telling you, discover what it is that you are realizing. It's like saying you cannot manifest a clean future while harboring all these toxic, repressed emotions towards this person. So you must address the emotional wound, this injustice, before your magic can actually work for you. So I really want you to look deep into that situation. Libra. For the beautiful Libra. 2 and 1 more, guys. You do have the 8 of Swords in reverse. I like to see that. Not feeling trapped anymore. 3 of Swords from whatever was painstaking error for you. 2 of Pentacles, adapting to new situations. I like this though for you, Libra. It looks a little rough, but it is saying that Mercury retrograde is this time of intense mental liberation. Not feeling trapped. You're finally breaking free from some old headspace. But by doing so, it requires you to directly face some kind of painful heartbreak or betrayal that you've gone through. Whether it's a family member, a love, an ex. Whatever that situation is that gave you all that heartache, you're breaking out of your mental jail. You're releasing yourself from those anxieties, overthinking. And you're finally taking off that blindfold with the 2 of Pentacles, not feeling like you're at a crossroads anymore. Realizing that you have the power to walk away from anything that was toxic, anything that was hurtful, and really feeling like you're healing. I do feel like the Stargate heart over here is really going to come in handy for you at this time. I also feel like you maybe start finding your soul family. Starting to find, it's almost like it's leading this open door for you to find the people who are meant to be in your life. People who are your soul tribe. You just have to get through this piece first. And it doesn't mean you don't have some that are already around. It just means that if you're looking for that extra person within your life, it allows them to gather towards you because you're not holding on to all these hurts, these pains. Like I said earlier, right? Opening your heart space to discover what your true path is. No more disappointments. Forcing yourself to look directly instead of hiding from it. Look directly into that pain. Acknowledging that pain. This says you have been, juggling priorities, managing, things up and down all over the place. But this says now you can adapt to this change. Through this mental release in your emotional pain, you're now, delicately, it's going to be delicate as well, delicately balancing yourself to who you truly are and what you're truly meant to do, having and feeling that growth. It's telling you that the healing won't be a straight line, my friends. It's the constant ebb of flow, right? Back and forth, but you can do it. You can do it. You can do this. Passing through those gates. Okay. Scorpio. For beautiful Scorpio. And one more. Seven of Cups. Ooh, the Lover's coming out. Aligning yourself over here. The Ace of Wands reversed for the clarifier. Some kind of wishful thinking, illusion is being overwhelmed by choices or fantasies of the Lovers. You definitely could have an ex coming back or thinking of an ex and putting out that external energy of someone from your past. For some of you, might even be, I know you don't want to hear that. I know some of you are going to be like, not me, but you take what resonates, what doesn't resonate, because some of you are actually fantasizing about an ex and want this person back. You're wishing they would come back to you. So this Mercury retrograde is this major reality check in your relationships where some kind of fantasy or illusion is completely draining your passion. It's stalling for any kind of new beginning, guys, because you're too busy thinking in the past. Or this ex is going to come back and try to drain you of everything you have when it comes to your passions. But it could also bring in some nostalgia. Even though we don't have the Six of Cups, it's not needed. Okay? Intuitively, I'm going to tell you, for some of you, it's going to bring up this nostalgia of what could have been. Okay? But we don't want this energy to stay with you all this time and disrupt what you have coming towards you. The discovery of something, what's meant for you. Or who you are, what you're made of. Where your heart stands. Because you could have soul family coming in. You could have this really great partner coming in. So you don't want to stay there. Into some place where somebody's keeping you into this place of fantasy or yourself. Okay. So you might be idealizing someone from your past. Daydreaming about that future that isn't real. Getting lost in some kind of romanticized scenarios with someone. Or they could be coming back trying to do this to you. But what it's doing is it's taking, like I said, it's just taking you away from the true discovery. Or not allowing you to heal properly. You could even feel, I've already healed and here they come back. But I don't like it when they come back because they know how I feel about them. What if this, that, and the other? So there is choices. Okay? So it's representing some kind of lost passion. delays, fresh, fresh starts that could have happened. And if you know you're not fantasizing about this person, they're fantasizing about you, and they're coming back to try to get you to do the same thing with them. You might even be pushing them back, but they're still in your energy. And that could be holding you back. It even could cause frustration, okay? So we don't want to allow anything to stall you from igniting a true, passionate new beginning of someone else or for yourself, however it is, okay? So just be careful of that, my friends, okay? Because I do, at the bottom of the deck, there is the Page of Cups. So you might have someone trying to come back into your life that you know is not going to last forever because of who they are, how they are, right? But they might want to give some kind of an apology, fresh new start, okay? But you need to ground yourself so you can figure out what you truly need and what passion is in true reality. Don't let someone get you stuck there or yourself. Okay, it's just the cycle. Okay, guys.